everybody, it's me, it's Margarita, coming back to you after several weeks hiatus, talking about my anti-cancer journey. March 4th, wow, how the time really flies. February has been really tough for me, ups and downs, mostly been crazy bad because, well, I'll get into it after I talk about my first lovely thing. I did go to my doctor, I did go see my GP, a conventional doctor, to tell him how wonderful things are going. That was in the end of January. Things are good. He is amazed by the progress. He doesn't know how my body is healing itself. This is what people tend to want to push out of their minds, is that whatever is ailing you, whatever problem you've got, lumps and bumps and tumors and cysts, and I have a tumor, I have friends with tumors, brain tumors, in fact, as bad as that, really bad ulcers and diabetes, and people think that this is just a condition, that it has nothing to do with our diets, that we have never contributed anything to the illness or the condition that we are now feeling or experiencing, or the dis-ease, right? Which literally is two words, dis-ease. And you are the contributor. Your body has responded to our habits. What we're putting into our bodies, what we're drinking, what we're eating, what we're putting on our skin, what we're breathing. And another component, which unfortunately hit me as well, perhaps 50% of the problem, was the genetic weakness in my body that was pushed down and carried down from generation to generation. So yes, genetics does play a part, but we can always reverse genetic mutations and genetic weaknesses and create a genetic remembering of cells and start a brand new, healthier generation by the lifestyle, what we eat, what we drink, what we put on our skin, and where we live, and how we choose to live our lives, spiritually and emotionally, of course, is a big, big, big part. So I find I'm exhausted by a lot of people who I've been trying to help to take them off the pharmaceuticals, you know, the big pharma, the big vicious cycle of, you know, keep them rich and keep us sick and addicted, and masking all our symptoms and treating symptoms, but never really getting to the root of the problem, never getting to the cause and healing our bodies from the ground up. So a lot of my friends, family, have been rejecting the idea. Some have sort of understood that diet is really important, but they still want to hold on to their chemical, toxic pharmaceuticals, and are afraid to let go of that because they want the quick fix. They don't want to feel the pain. And you know what? Sometimes going to Wellville is going to take you a little bit through more of the Hellville that you were experiencing, and before you were caught up in all that allopathic medical stuff, and community of, you know, doctors and pharmaceuticals and checkups and therapists and those who are keeping you on the road to pretending that you're already well, but you're not. So you got to go through a little bit of Hellville. You got to understand you're going to feel a little bit of pain before you get right up to Wellville, full-time, 100% vitality, 100% full health. And if you're feeling pain in your body and discomfort, then at least you know that your body is alive, and you know that there's something wrong, and you know where it is, and you become more attuned to what your body needs to stop feeling that pain. So don't shy away from that. If we could become a society or maybe a planet where we just want that push the button and get a quick fix, and that's our attention spans are very short, our patience is very short, our understanding of our biochemistry and what our body needs and how we feed it and how we nourish it is very backwards and very, very toxic and ingrained in a lot of our habits and cultures. This is how we have always eaten, or this is why we eat animals and fish, is because we had generations of scarcity and war, and our families needed to eat them, and those animals are put on this earth to feed our scarcity, and that's completely bonkers. That animals are here for us to eat them. And they were here before we were even on the planet, before we were even a little worm that came out of the ocean or evolved from the great apes. This is just narcissistic, kind of self-centered thinking about the animals in the world around us. They were here before we were. So, respect. Okay, they are here on the planet for their own reasons. I wanted to talk about February as well. It was a great start for me. My updates with my detox specialist were amazing. My adrenal glands were up. My renal glands are functioning really well. My kidneys are still filtering amazingly. Adrenals are, in the normal range. We just want to get them up a little higher, but they're definitely not in the low. And that was an amazing just development in my health. Pulse rate was great. My energy was up. My color is back in my face. My weight has stabilized, which really took quite a long time. There's a lot of losing weight, and now I'm back to just stabilize at one weight. Still keeping up with the fruit, mostly fruit diet, raw vegetables, raw fruit, green juices once in a while. I'm not really keen on green juices. I've developed a taste for cucumber juice, cucumber, kale, and spinach parsley, which is quite nice. But I can make that at home, so I don't really like to go out and buy that. And broth and cooked vegetable, like really I'm steaming vegetable like for 3-4 minutes, or I'm having a clear soup because it's winter and it's such a challenge to really eat completely raw all the time. Although I made an amazing raw chili con amore, it's called. I bought a new raw food cookbook yesterday. Maybe I should show it to you. At the Toronto Vegetarian Association, where I renewed my card, they have a little library. The Complete Book of Raw Food, Volume 2, Healthy, Delicious Vegetarian Cuisine Made with Living Foods. And it's Lisa Montgomery, was the editor. She's got a whole bunch of recipes from different places, different restaurants, all over the U.S. So amazing. I got this for $9 with my discount. I'm like, wow, it's huge. From dips and dressings all the way to desserts. So I am going to make more recipes out of there. I'm going to make the mock tuna salad. I'm going to make the raw mayonnaise. I'm going to make the raw chocolate cheesecake. Oh my God, I just like the raw mac and cheese. I'm going to make all that. I'm not just drooling, just thinking about it. But the Mexican raw chili, oh my God, yesterday, incredible. And Laura, my partner, is just like, and she's not a raw eater, but just loves this new food and can't believe it. it was raw. So I got a whole bunch of that. I ate a big corn on a cob, right off the cob. Raw, raw kernels are just so sweet and delicious. So I had a lot of that. I'm still drinking my grape juice. Every morning, the Concord grape juice, organic as usual, with my tinctures. So my detox specialist did find out that my tinctures could change. My herbal protocol can be modified. I still need the basic four, the star formation they call them. The kidney, bowel blaster, lymph, and glands cannot be ignored. So I have to take those four as per usual to really get my lymph moving and activated and pulling out the waste and basically the damaged cells out of my stomach where they've accumulated, and pulling that out. So really getting the lymph moving so it's not sluggish. It's doing well. Bowel blaster is really important just to cleanse the entire digestive tract and get it really toxin and chemical and metabolitic waste free. So you want to make sure of that. Removing damaged cells as well from the digestive tract, so get bowel blaster really pushing through. Kidneys, of course, are keeping the kidneys back, keeping them up to where they should be. They are working well, but just always making sure that they are working great and still filtering out all the acids and toxins well. And the glands are, the glands are the organs in, I guess they're not organs, but they're the parts of your body that actually tell your organs what to do and help them function in the way that they're supposed to function. So glands formula is really, really important too to anybody who's fighting an illness this bad. And the rest is like she added brain and nerve, because I'm just getting those get up and sort of dizzy spells when I'm standing up and laying down. Any kind of faintness and dizziness, it really kind of takes care of. Pancreas, thyroid, blood, lungs, because I have a genetic weakness in my lungs. I was exposed to tuberculosis as a child, so I have a lot of lung weakness, which is inherent, and I have the genetic weakness, as you know, with the digestive tract, with the H. pylori that's in my stomach, the bacteria that was generations long, and I had been passed down to me through breast milk, and the long-standing lymphatic congestion. So that's been ongoing to generation to generation to generation. My family is incredibly unhealthy. And I'm going to clean this up with fruits, herbs, and raw foods, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's hard in the winter. It's really kicking my ass, but I know that it's going to be putting me in a place that's going to make my genetics a lot stronger, and I'm going to be so much better when I get out from this on the other side. Back to Wellville, and I don't, ladies and gentlemen, people out there who are really struggling and living through this, it's never going to be an easy ride. But I feel since I started this journey way back in October and November, and really going in deeper and digging deeper over the next few months, that I don't feel that heaviness in my stomach anymore. So the tumor it's dissipated. Really at this point, like I showed you with my tongue, how that line has been, the stomach line has been regenerating in my tongue, that the acupuncturist had discovered. That's showing me that it's gone. It's not, and I felt it already. I just didn't want to, over-assume that this is really the case, but I have physical proof now, and it's really the stage I'm at is where we're regenerating, we're rebuilding. Like I said, I'm at a stable weight, so right now my body is beginning to focus just on the regeneration of the organ, of my stomach organ. You know, I still have a long way to go, but I know that it is way better on the other side, and I know that I don't have much longer on this journey, and I'm feeling that I can begin to enjoy life by the end of this year, for sure. Regeneration, like I tell my family, my friends, is not a quick fix. Everybody's looking for a quick fix. They're asking for, you know, the pills that I'm giving them, the anti-pharmaceutical capsules, you know, how many weeks will it take before, you know, I can be on those capsules full time, the alkalizing tablets that fight hyperacidity. And I tell them, you know, as slow as it takes, and slowly you transition. And slowly you'll be on those capsules full time. And like me, I'm not taking those capsules anymore. I have no acidosis. I have no backlash from any of the food that I'm eating, because I'm eating so clean. Like, I'm so conscious of my next meal. Like, when I'm low energy, I know I need to eat. And, you know, I'm timing it right. I don't have foods that are going to give me that backlash. The acidic foods are grains, particularly grains, vinegars, you know, anything with high acids in the food already. Meats, of course, you know, I'm a vegan, so anything with proteins, beans, I'm not eating. I'm not tofu. Stay far away from that. Acid-forming foods. Mucousy foods like dairy, you know, I'm a vegan, so I'm definitely not touching that. But those are the foods that are going to give you all of that. You will get the backlash, you will get the acidosis, and you'll get it in the area of your body that's weak. So people don't seem to understand that they can't feel the acidosis, but it doesn't mean it's not there. My problem was already in my stomach, so I could feel it rising up in that area. But if you have diabetes, if you have an ulcer, not even know, you will definitely feel it. If you have an ulcer, if you have an eczema, flare-ups, diabetic flare-ups, if you have a condition with your heart, with lungs, you're getting a lot of lung infections, that's your acidosis working, and it's going to the area of your body that was already weak, and where the lymphatic system was already very sluggish. So, you don't have to believe me, but this is where it is. And since I left the allopathic community, I have been healthier, I have been stronger, and I can tell you why February was so difficult for me and was very emotional for me. Because even after I had this amazing report with my lovely detox specialist and my wonderful iris analysis, because February the 12th was the exact deadline for when I was supposed to leave this planet, according to the cold-hearted ice queen radiologist from Princess Margaret Hospital. You know who you are, Jolly. The name really is Jolly, and it's such a contradictory name to be given to a person who is eating razor blades for breakfast. Seriously. And Ted told me I have a 5-month prognosis if I don't continue with their radiation chemotherapy protocol, surgery as well, which they had scheduled for me a few months from that time, and it said I would be dead in 5 months because of that, because I left the protocol. And that was February the 12th, so leading into February the 12th, of course, is very nerve-wracking for me, and emotional. Anger was a big thing for me, and feelings of rage and feelings of just frustration and how could a person treat another human being like that and tell her such a thing? So going over that hump of February 12th was like it just hit me, and funnily enough, on that day, we had a big snowstorm here in Toronto, I was hit by a salt truck, city-operated salt truck, reversed into my vehicle and crunched it and just boom, done. It was a total wreck. Because of its age, it was a total write-off as well, even though it ran like new. And it was on that day, exactly. So, universe, I said to you, is working in amazing ways if you just tune in and keep away from distractions and screens and social media and all this bullshit and all this stress and all this toxic workplaces that you're living in. Get away from all that. Toxic families and dramas. You can tune right back in because it tells you and it's sending you messages all the time if you're tuning in. And that's what happened to me. It was saying to me, you get with it. Stop. Dig deeper. Don't let it get you down. You are here. You're alive. Boom. You're coming out of this accident alive. So whatever this horrible, narcissistic, egotistical, horrible radiologist said to you, push it out of your mind. It was just like a big jolt. And get back to where you need to be, where you belong. Centered, grounded, in tune with the universe, in tune with your spiritual self, in tune with all of the spirits around us. And sending out love to spirits who are here on the planet, who I'm trying to send those love puffs to, even though they're not always open to receive. Just keep on going, and don't feel like you're hitting a wall because they're not ready to receive. Some of those messages are getting through, but you're feeling connected. That's your only purpose. That's it. And getting back to the spiritual world that we live in. Get away from the overthinking, get away from the physical world, get away from all these weird and toxic problems. It was such an awakening. And I can't tell you how weird that experience was. But that's what sent me kind of on a roller coaster, like, oh, I have to get really moving on this. I have to really focus more and get back to that kind of living all the time, and just, try to infuse that into my home life as well. The home life is really important. It's your sanctuary. It's where you go to rest and find peace and harmony, where you regenerate, where you refuel. So that's important, and I think that's what the message was telling me. And so I'm amazed with it. I'm happy. Since the beginning of February, also I've had the lovely blessing of being able to go to the Jewish Community Center up here. The lovely Miles Nadal, JCC, have given me a subsidy to use their gym. They have a saltwater pool. They have a saltwater hot tub, steam room, sauna. So thank you very much for that blessing. The saltwater therapy has been incredible. I've been swimming laps I've been swimming laps, moving my lymph. Really important having that gentle exercise in the water, in the salt water. So you're getting both the benefit of the salt water that's pulling out the acids and toxins from you and cleaning my body, but also the lymphatic system is getting that nice sort of stimulation from the swimming. So I'm swimming 10 laps every time I go. I'm going 2 to 3 times a week. I'm going to go back today. I stayed in over the weekend because I just wanted to, it's so cold and it was snowing, and just wanted to rest and make some recipes from this great new book. So I'm drinking my grape juice again. As I've shown you, I'm going to have my delicious breakfast after that. This is a mélange of juicy watermelon mixed with juicy papaya. So it's a little melon mélange. It's incredibly amazing breakfast. And in Chinatown on Saturday, we found these amazing grapes, which are seeded, which we want to have lots of good grainy foods that are going to be really astringent. Like melons and grapes are very astringent on the top of that fruit ladder. But if you're adding seeds that are in the grape, in the watermelon, it's even more astringent, and pulling anything, scraping and just pulling anything away that's toxic in your digestive tract, any toxic buildup, any mucus buildup, dead cells, damaged cells, cysts, tumors. It's really an incredible healing foods. You've got to put healing foods in your body. You've got to put living foods in your body that are electric, that are energetic, that are giving you this vitality, this energy, but also the cleansing, healing aspect of a food is so important. So you really have to eat consciously. You have to consume with absolute knowledge and thought of what you're doing, how it's helping you, what you need from it, what it's giving to you and why. And what problems you may be having could be that you choose the foods that are going to help you. As long as you stay raw, you're going to be okay. Because you don't want cooked food. Cooked foods are also dead foods. Not only dead, but also are acid forming. So be careful, careful, careful. I am eating a lot of fatty foods like avocado and coconut at this time because it's trying to balance myself during the winter months and getting a little more higher fat and protein from the plant. And I've added the solid licorice supplement, DGL, which stands for deglycerinated licorice root. Sorry, it's hard to pronounce. So that's a licorice root supplement that I'm taking between meals or 20 minutes before meals to help with my adrenal weakness and help for energy and dizziness as well. So all is good right now. Finally, February is over, and there was a lot of drama with that collision, as you can imagine, with that horrible salt truck that crunched and destroyed our car. And yeah, keeping abreast of what's going on with my lymphatic system, my iris analysis. So I am doing amazing. I'm keeping on, digging deep, and then sending you guys so much love, because I think that this is an important message to know, to get out there. I just love getting it out, sharing it, but also loving yourself, and getting out of your physical body by treating it, by healing it. Don't treat it. Don't treat it allopathically, but treating it with natural, healthy food, healing. Healing your body so you can get out of your physical body and get more into the spiritual side of your body. Life on the other side is amazing. So I'm going to sign off. 30 minutes in, I'm sorry. And sending you a lot of love again, so much. And I want you guys to be patient. Slow it down. Slow it down. Find time for all the right things in life. Okay? And I'll get back to you after I get back from my mystery holiday. My partner's taking me on a vacation to a mystery destination. Somewhere where it's going to be hot, apparently, where I'm going to pack a suit and sandals. And where I'll be close to the fruit and where it's going to be riper and fresher and I think better quality, which has been an issue here up north. And in the winter months here, it's very difficult to find that. And being close to that down where I'm going to be going, which I don't know where, I will let you know later. It's going to be somewhere tropical. I'm going to be so much better off being close to that fruit. Just pull it off the tree like I did on the Amalfi Coast in Italy where I was healthy. Cactus pears and figs and apricots off the tree, and I'm not kidding, off the tree. And when I lived in Jerusalem, I stared at the sun and holding my Sharon fruit. I think we call them persimmons. I love to dare myself to look at the sun, and I was just standing there. I was about 5, eating that fruit. And I was the healthiest I've ever been in those 2 places in the world growing up, and more recently when I went to the Amalfi Coast. So I'm excited to be close to the fruit wherever I'm traveling to, and I will tell you how it is when I get back. And thank you to my lovely partner Laura for giving me this journey and staying with me on this journey of just giving me what I need and trying her hardest. She's not perfect. We all have our thing. I'm not perfect. We're all imperfect creatures. But the important thing is trying and opening and trying to get that in. Being open to receive it. And that's what she is. So thank you. And thank you, Jeanette. And thank you all of you guys. Please be with it. Love you. Love you, guys. Stick with it, and you're going to get there. You're going to get there. And I hope that I can see you in a couple of weeks' time.